Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo. Welcome to my scrapbook table. Today's layout, the only prompt or hop that it is for is Scraptember, and the prompt for this one was stars, and I think that was back on September 6th or something. I hope it's okay that it's going up much later than that. I bought this paper, the background paper that I'm using at Scrapbook Superstation in Butler, Pennsylvania when I was there a couple months ago. And this will be the first page of the section of our album that shows our trip to all three 9/11 memorials that we took in April of 2025. I think I have done one layout of it so far. There's a couple more coming up shortly toward the end of September and early October, but this will be the first one in the album. And I had these adhered down, and then I decided I wanted torn paper on the left side. I don't know why. I just thought, hey, I want to tear that edge. I didn't have a sketch I was using or an inspiration piece. I was just scrapping, and this layout came together really quickly. The background paper does a lot of the work. The Simple Stories collection that I pair with this background paper also does a lot of the work. It's called, I think it's just Simple Stories, America the Beautiful. And so I have one photo of each of the 9/11 memorials: New York City, the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So I tore that edge off, and then I flipped it around so I have a double torn edge. And I don't think it shows up on camera here, but in person it shows up really nicely because while the core of this paper isn't white, it is a lighter blue than the navy. So that shows nicely along the left-hand side of this page. And my journaling, which you'll see me do in a minute, it says, Dan wanted to go visit the three 9/11 memorials in New York City, Arlington, Virginia, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Of course, as soon as I heard that, I started researching to create a plan, and before we knew it, we were on the road. While it was a somber reminder of that fateful day, we enjoyed exploring and learning together. And again, I don't need a title because there's one on the paper. I think the company that makes this is like Custom Scrapbooks or Scrapbook Customs or something like that. I've already thrown the branding strip away, and I'm in my car doing the voiceover because I'm at a crop, and I don't want to bother the people around me, and plus there's lots of talking and stuff happening in there, so I don't want that in the background. And here's where I did the journaling. I just used a pencil and my straight edge to draw a few lines, and those were enough to help me mostly keep this straight. And then I just went back with my pencil and erased the lines. I'm sorry my hat is showing up in here. That happens quite a bit in the layouts that I'm doing at this crop, so I apologize in advance. When I'm not at home and my setup's a little different, I kind of lose track of that sort of thing, and the lighting isn't as good, I know that, but I really did not want to do all this scrapbooking this weekend and not have any content for my channel from all the work I'm doing. So I decided to go ahead and do a few videos while I'm here. I'm not going to video everything, but probably 5 or 6. So that once I get the journaling all done, you can see 2 cut apart cards that I have cut out of the Simple Stories collection there on the right. And I trimmed the one on top down a little bit so that I can use the red one behind it as kind of a mat for that. And that red works well with the red on that background paper. That's my main embellishment. The stars add to the layout, so I don't really need very much. I guess that's why this one came together really quickly. I will have a link in the description box below to the Scraptember Facebook group, and I will try to link up the playlist so that you can see what lots and lots of scrapbookers are doing for the prompts for the month of September. And the only other embellishing I did was I chose 5 word phrases from that sticker sheet, and I didn't know what order or where I wanted them exactly, so as I was choosing them, I just stuck them on the end of my ruler so I had somewhere to put them without them getting stuck somewhere that I didn't want them put down. And one says appreciation, one says United States of America, one says we the people, one says God bless America, and one says from sea to sea. And so I decide to just put those 5 to the right of that cut apart card that's acting as my main embellishment. And I do have to lift them up at some point because the one is quite long, much longer than the others, and I needed it to be in a certain place so that it wasn't covering up the flag on the cut apart. So I had to rearrange a little bit, but it turned out just fine. I get them all glued down. Now one of them is an aqua color, which doesn't show up anywhere else on this page. So to balance that out a little bit, I was adding 3 hearts from the sticker sheet. So one of them is that aqua color. And I think that brings a little bit of balance since I repeated the color in there. I wish I had one more little aqua thing to put on the cut apart sheet, but I do not. Maybe at home I do. Not that there's not aqua in that sticker sheet, but there wasn't anything that I felt fit what I wanted. So here's where I'm adding the hearts. I put a dark blue one at the bottom. The aqua one goes at the top and a red one out toward the edge. And that is it. The still shots are coming up. Thanks so much for being here today. I really appreciate you watching, and I'm happy that you stopped by. I hope you get to scrapbook something very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.